from the magic of the Kennedys from the 1960s, and I was a little part of that as a kid. I loved President Kennedy and Senator Kennedy. But that's long gone, and I don't know that being opposed to vaccines and eating roadkill really fits into the Kennedy magic. Most of his family, as you know, strongly opposes his candidacy.
Yeah, it is not difficult to imagine that he would not have gotten the attention that he's gotten if his last name were not Kennedy. Larry and Errol, please stand by because we do have breaking news just into CNN. We want to go straight to the week in moments. And Kristen, we've learned that it is now official. RFK Jr. will endorse former President Donald Trump for the White House in November.
That's right, boys. We're actually learning about it from a court filing in Pennsylvania. Just a reminder that RFK was challenging several different motions across the country trying to get ballot access. He is now withdrawn from his Pennsylvania ballot access challenge, and this is why. He states it is a result of today's endorsement of Trump. So he is now officially pulling out of a legal suit to try and get on the ballot in the swing state of Pennsylvania because he is expected to endorse Donald Trump. He also withdrew from his ballot access challenge here in Arizona, another critical swing state. I do want to expand on one thing very quickly. I've heard your guests talking about the idea that RFK's voters is not necessarily going to hurt Kamala Harris, but I will say that in the other side, Donald Trump's team very much thinks that this could help him in a race that is razor thin margin. They are looking at the people who potentially were supporting RFK as people who would come to Donald Trump. Those were votes they believed were being taken, at least some of them, from Donald Trump. Particularly, this became important as Kamala Harris went to the top of the ticket. It was a little bit more unclear when Joe Biden was at the top of the ticket where those votes were coming from. But when we saw Kamala Harris at the top of the Democratic ticket, there was a sense of urgency among Trump's team that eventually RFK was going to drop out, and it would be very important for Donald Trump to secure that endorsement so that he could get those supporters. And I do want to mention one other thing. Do they believe every person who is going to vote for RFK is going to vote for Donald Trump if he endorses him? No, they don't. But again, they believe that this election is going to be determined in the margins, and they believe any single vote that they can get is important for Donald Trump.
All right, Kristen Holmes, thank you so much. And we'll be watching.